EBITDA from 32 to 24 at 12%. PAT for the 9 months is 65.2 crores as against 9 months fiscal year 21 of 40.7 crores. The growth from 40.7 to 65.2 is a growth of 60%. If I look at the margin also, the fiscal year 22 9 months is 37% and the fiscal year 21 is 30%, an expansion from 30 to 37, which is 7% expansion. Mapmy has been a profitable company, cash generating company, and as we have seen at the time of IPO also, that the cash and cash equivalent has been continuously rising from fiscal year 21 end of 336 crores. It has gone up to 389.6 crores in the period of 9 months. So I hope this probably will give you a better perspective of what has happened to the company during the 9 years in this fiscal year. Now to understand Q3 in isolation itself also, we would like to give you our understanding of what I can call it as a movement understanding, and I'll ask Rohan to give you some insight into it.
Yeah, so this is Rohan Verma here. As Mr. Rakesh Verma said, definitely the best way to understand our business is on a year-to-date, year-on-year basis. But to give some more color and detail of Q3 specifically versus other quarters, Q2 FY2022 and Q3 FY2021, the Q3 FY2022 revenue is down. The attribution of this is to the following. Sales of automotive OEMs were impacted due to semiconductor shortage, and this in turn definitely impacted us as well. The second is that if you look at the comparative quarters, Q2 FY2022 or Q3 FY2021, these all had benefited from post-COVID recovery pent-up demand in the automotive space. So definitely those quarters had that benefit versus this Q3 FY2022. Now, as supply chains recover, quarterly revenues will get normalized and covered up. We're seeing that happen already in this quarter. Also, more new vehicle models pre-installed with Mapmy maps and technologies are going live this quarter. So that will also further help in growth in the time to come. The other part about our business that everybody should understand is that some of our B2B and B2B2C contracts that we get are milestone based, wherein revenue gets recognized at specific time frames. So this makes some quarterly revenue numbers lumpy in either a positive or negative manner when looked in direct correlation to previous quarter or corresponding quarter previous year. So this is why the right way to look at our business and compare periods is on a year-to-date, year-on-year basis and not on a quarterly basis. So that's why we focus a lot on 9 months FY 2022. So that and this is kind of our opinion and suggestion even to our investors and analysts to look at it from that perspective. So now let me just give the commentary on kind of what the situation or operational highlights are for this past quarter. So it's looking more exciting than ever before. We are confident about the company's short and long-term future, Q4 as well as going forward. See, we are nearing the anniversary of the Government of India's geospatial sector reform that happened on 15th Feb 2021, where the government enabled Atmanirbhar Bharat in this area of national strategic importance and is encouraging Indian companies in this space through their policies and initiatives. And our team continues to innovate world-class maps and technologies and execute on the business with focus and energy. We welcomed a lot of marquee customers last quarter across industry verticals, and we thank them as well. And we're also evaluating and pursuing some exciting inorganic opportunities that in the IoT and logistics SaaS tech space, as well as in the auto tech and augmented reality metaverse tech space. So that's kind of interesting for the long-term future too. So let me talk about some customer wins and use case expansions. One of the leading European four-wheeler OEMs went live with Mapmy for our in-vehicle navigation and focused on automotive and mobility tech market for us first. And then I'll talk later about consumer tech and enterprise. There were two-wheeler OEMs rolling out with Mapmy to power their connected vehicles and turn-by-turn navigation. There was a leading EV infrastructure and mobility solutions company that started to adopt Mapmy for monitoring location and other parameters of their electric vehicles. An EV commercial vehicle OEM went live with Mapmy for battery pack monitoring. Mapmy's shared mobility platform was adopted by a leading taxi company, and the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways of the Government of India signed an MOU with Mapmy for integrating information of accident-prone road stretches and for promoting our consumer app that gives real-time ADAS safety alerts to drivers during navigation to users across India. So you've seen me cover navigation, connected, ADAS safety, shared mobility, and electric mobility. And you can see that we are strongly expanding in the automotive and mobility tech space, including with strong momentum last quarter. On the consumer tech and enterprise digital transformation, frankly, there's a lot of updates, but because the number of customers could be very large, but I'll just name a few. FinTech super app, in fact, Bajaj Finance's super app went live with Mapmy to power their consumer-facing mapping services and for location enabling their digital transformation across their enterprise operations. A publicly listed large leading QSR company adopted Mapmy for evaluating and selecting restaurant sites based on Mapmy's geospatial data and analytics platform, helping them understand where to open those hundreds of sites for their restaurants in a efficient way. Consumer durable brands adopted Mapmy for field workforce management, and then the government leading health agency selected Mapmy to power GIS for India's health services. And we also started to find key initial customers for our metaverse and drone 3D mapping solution, opening up futuristic use cases. On products and platforms on map data, not just have we expanded our coverage on the two-dimensional front to cover the entire country, all the road kilometers, all the towns, villages, habitations, and 3.1 crore places and addresses, but we continue to expand our coverage for this highly accurate and precise 3D, 4D, high definition, and information-rich hyperlocal maps. We're using drones to capture and offer high-res three-dimensional photorealistic data for parts of different cities, and using vehicle-mounted cameras and sensors to create and offer sub-meter, highly accurate, high-definition maps and 360-degree real view. Again, I'd like to remind everybody that as per the guidelines of Government of India, foreign entities are restricted from conducting vehicle-based ground surveys or street view surveys, and also restricted from acquiring or reselling or reusing granular geospatial data, and this data cannot even pass through their servers. Therefore, for all customers, Indian entities who offer map data products and APIs would become the preferred supplier, and Mapmy is an Indian entity and the leading supplier in this space. On the product and SaaS and PaaS side, basically we've taken a leadership position now in drone solutions, being able to fly drones for our customers, acquire and process data, disseminate and deliver data in multiple formats. This is a sector that's set to explode, and now we're a leading drone solution provider there. Also on the logistics optimization side, we've released solutions which can heavily, improve both unit economics as well as SLAs, capabilities of e-commerce, logistics, quick commerce, and D2C companies. And there's a lot more updates on products which people can see on our website. I'll cover the inorganic growth part, and then Mr. Verma will kind of conclude. So the board also gave us approval for acquiring 9.99% stake in a young, exciting auto tech and augmented reality metaverse tech company called Pupil Mesh for a consideration of 49.95 lakhs. This allows us to bring our Mapmy N-Case technologies along with cutting-edge augmented reality-based helmet kits and heads-up displays for two-wheelers and four-wheelers, and then glasses for professionals. We think this is pretty exciting, and we look forward to working closely with them to bring to market some pretty interesting products. And the board was also informed about the company having identified a potential acquisition target in the field of IoT and logistics SaaS tech. This will substantially expand our ability to further penetrate the commercial vehicle market in India with solutions powered by our maps and technologies.
Yeah, this is Rakesh Verma again. In the past, I have been asked this question many times about the dividend policy of the company. While the policy exists and it's very much there, but respecting the wishes of many requests, we did take it up in the board meeting today to find out how we should proceed. So the board in its meeting today discussed the dividend policy for the company and requested the audit committee to explore the possibility and make suitable recommendations for declaration of interim dividend. Accordingly, the stock exchanges have been intimated today. With this, I will conclude our part of presentation we thought about, and leave it to and invite any kind of questions. Hopefully, we should be able to give you the right answer. We are very transparent, and we'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles.